Hey everyone, Allie LaPere here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make blended beveled letters. Let's get started. First, let's talk about what beveled letters are. Beveled letters pop off the page. They look three-dimensional. They're typically sans serif letters as opposed to serif or script, and they're typically used when the advertiser, lettering artist, etc. wants to make a bold statement. I start by taking my Tombow monograph mechanical pencil and drawing out my letter. I draw the frame of the letter and then add weight around it. Next, I'm going to take my Tombow dual brush pen in number 636 and the colorless blender N00 and start laying down my purple ink on the far left side of the O. I'm going to take the ink all the way to the top, and then I'm going to use the blender to kind of drag that purple ink downward onto the far right side. I'm going to do the same thing with the bottom. So again, I'm going to take the purple ink, lay it down all the way until about halfway around the O, and we're going to use the blender to just drag the ink right back up towards the middle of the right side of the O. Now I'm going to lay the purple ink down again, but this time I'm going to put it down on the inner right side of the O and drag the ink to the inner left side of the O. So you can see this is the opposite of what we did on the outer part of the letter. And this is what's going to give our letter dimension. So I just continue putting that ink down, using the colorless blender, dragging the ink back up to the light side, or the side where our imaginary light source is hitting. Now let's go on to the next letter. First, I'm going to start by drawing the frame, H. Now I'm going to add weight around it, and the thing to remember with the beveled letters is that the frame is the highest point. So when I'm adding these little diagonal lines, what I'm doing is kind of creating a sloping effect. I'm going to start by laying down the purple ink in the middle of the outer left stroke of the letter and blend upwards with the colorless blender. I'm going to do the same going down. And then on the other part of the stroke, the other half, the right half of this stroke, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to lay down the color on the top and drag it down towards the crossbar of the H. And I'll do the same thing from the bottom going up. So by having these contrasting sides, that's what gives us dimension. Now with the crossbar, this side I'm doing dark and just blending out all the way to light on the opposite end of the crossbar. So getting lighter as I go, and you can probably guess what we're doing on the other side of the crossbar. We're going to do the opposite because dimension. So dark in that corner, dark, 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 and blending it out. Now with the other stroke, we're going to do the same thing we did on the left side, on the right side. So again, dark in the middle, blending up, and then dark in the middle, blending down, on the far right side, dark at the top. We'll blend it out. And then we'll put the dark on the bottom, blend it up. What I'm going to do with these little triangles has to match what I did with the crossbar. So the top of the crossbar is, imagine that it's sloping away from you, and the top triangles are also sloping away from you. If you put a ball on top of one of those little triangles, it's going to roll away from you. Just like if you put at the top of the crossbar, it would roll away. So we have to match what we did on the crossbar to the top of the letter with those triangles. And then the same, the bottom of the crossbar, the bottom half of the crossbar is going to match what we do with the bottom triangles. And that's how I make blended beveled letters. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you try it, make sure to tag Tombo so we can cheer you on. Thanks for watching.